Hello, everyone. Good morning, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 4C. Myself, Karthik Bharadwaj, and this session will be moderated by me on behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Solistic LLP. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2024, Jaipur, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 20th and 21st December 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for presentation and 2 minutes for question answer. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants to stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I would like to introduce you with today's session chair, Dr. Vinod Ray Tomar. Dr. Vinod Ray is an assistant professor at Vishwakarma Government Engineering College, Ahmedabad. He has more than 14 years of experience in industry as well as academics. His research areas are data security, blockchain technology, and AI. He's also involved with an expert team of professionals working in RPA, ML, and AI. Now, I would like to start with the first paper titled A Reliable Communication and Computational Mechanism for Governing the Healthcare Data Processing. I request the presenter, Gitanjali Rathi, to kindly proceed with their presentation.
A very good morning to one and all. My name is Dr. Gitanjali Rathi. Am I allowed to share the presentation, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Is the presentation visible to all?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible to us.
Okay. So, very good morning to one and all. Myself, Dr. Gitanjali. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Netaji Subhash University of Technology, Delhi. So today I'm here to present a paper on reliable communication and computational mechanism for governing the healthcare data processing. So these are my table of contents which I'm going to share in this presentation, starting with the basic introduction, related work, proposed mechanism, performance analysis, along with the references. So the basic introduction of the paper is that why there is a need to include the computation and the communication mechanism, why there is a need to include the security, even in a healthcare applications. Like number of the applications are there where the smart technologies came into existence. Each and every mechanism and the processing is done by the smart devices or IoT devices. Now, whenever we are going to reduce the human efforts, further there will be an availability of the intruders as well, where they want to do some kind of malicious activities in order to gain their own access. If we take an example of the healthcare mechanism, how the data is going to be processed after the collection of the data from the IoT devices, where each and every information is going to be processed, is going to be analyzed, is going to be computed by the smart devices. Now, further, how these devices is going to be further secured and analyzed based upon their availability. So here we are taking an example of the healthcare, how in the healthcare, like the smart healthcare applications further available to define the secured and efficient communication and the computational mechanisms. So the objective is to develop and integrate the cyber physical system, the smart devices where each and every device or the computer mechanisms are connected among each other in order to improve the improve the communication process. Like we are talking about the patient's treatment by addressing the designing and integration protocols, or if in case we are talking about that is where the smart devices is able to provide a particular decision and thereafter the doctor is able to diagnose the particular disease. So the objective objective is to provide a processing and maintaining the medical records using some computational mechanism, a reliable communication process using the trusted method, a less delay and computation overhead using the by managing or processing the records, and then further how the proposed mechanism is able to validate the network matrices or the secured matrices. Though number of the related existing mechanisms proposed by different researchers and the scientists have proposed several blockchain mechanism, several AI ML based mechanisms, or the several cryptographic mechanisms, encryption mechanisms. But the problem with the existing mechanism is there the long computational delay. Though they are providing the security while processing the information or while analyzing the records. But if a mechanism is taking a too much delay in providing the security, thereafter the intruders may further delay the mechanism in order to gain their own access. So along with ensuring the security, and one more aspect, that is along with ensuring the security, the cost is to be taken care. Like what type of application we are considering and how the cost is going to be further considered depending upon the type of application. Like if we are talking about the banking system, in that the cost doesn't matter. We need to provide the high level security. If we are talking about the generic application, or we are talking about an application that is built for a particular organization or for specific set of their team members, in that case the cost may be taken care as the foremost priority. Depending upon the cost, we need to provide the security accordingly. So the communicational and the computational delay along with the storage mechanisms still need to be focused on proposing a sustainable, efficient, and the secure communication mechanism along with processing the data. So the flow chart, that is proposed methodology here, how the healthcare mechanisms can be further improved along with reducing the computation and the communication mechanism. Whenever a doctor send a request for accessing the patient records, so here we are just using that is an interaction between the doctor and the patient while sharing their information or data to the another process, how they are going to provide the security along with the less delay while accessing a particular information. So whenever the patient is from the same hospital, then we can request the access from that particular hospital. Like number of the hospitals are there, the patient is free to move from one hospital to the another hospital. Now whenever a patient move from one place to the another place, the records can be accordingly transferred to that particular hospital with along with their own permission, and the patient is able to provide the authenticity or is able to provide the credentials to that particular doctor that they can further access and then analyze the medical history of that particular patient. So homomorphic filtering is one of the way where the large amount of the patient's records are going to be stored in a more structured manner, so that the overhead can be further reduced in terms of the computational or in terms of the communication. So the required number of the projects is going to be transferred to that particular entity, and then accordingly provide the analysis and the diagnosis of the patient's disease. So the homomorphic filtering, after that the direct trust mechanism is there. That is the number of the entities which are involved in doing the homomorphic process, that is the filtering out the division of the data or the information is going to be further processed by the IoT devices or by the smart devices. So how these smart devices are going to be further treated as a trusted or the legitimate. So the legitimacy, that is the particular device which are involved in processing the information, such and such information is going to be analyzed or are going to be prior computed using the direct trust mechanism. The number of the trust mechanisms are there, like the direct or the indirect or the relatable trust mechanisms. So in this paper, along with the homomorphic filtering, we have used a direct trust method or the mechanism. So after that, that the direct trust mechanism is providing the reliability to the system along with ensuring the less computation and the communication overheads. And then the doctor diagnoses the patient using the checking by checking their pre-records, that is their medical histories. So as in the right hand side of the picture, that is homomorphic and the direct trust mechanism healthcare application is shown where
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but you
yes.
have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, sir. So front end is there where the patient and the record is accessing the particular information. At the back end, we have a combination of the homomorphic and the direct trust mechanism in the particular healthcare application. So the matrices that we are going to validate the proposed mechanism is the communication overhead, communication cost, storage overhead, along with the reliability. So all these graphs are going to be analyzed against the existing mechanism where they were using the encryption methods, where there is a further delay to do the management, the keys management, and how they are going to store the entire information or the entire records. The communication cost, the storage overhead, and the reliability in case of proposed mechanism is somewhat better as compared to the existing approach. We have considered as the latest existing approach where they have used the cryptographic mechanisms, the cryptographic methods in order to ensure the reliability and the security in the existing system. So in a conclusion, that is a homomorphic filtering with the direct trust mechanisms are able to ensure the accuracy while providing a decision making along with accessing or sharing the records in the healthcare. So we have validated the proposed mechanisms in terms of the overhead, the computation and the communication overhead along with the reliability. So the proposed mechanism framework efficiently process the medical records through the smart devices after communicating among each other in the network. So in the future, we can further records the random number of the patrons that can be recognized or that can be identified during in the network while performing the malicious activities by the intruders, and how we can further, or the proposed mechanism can further able to provide the security and the sustainability in the healthcare applications. So these are the references from the literature survey. So thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah. I have some questions.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, you are proposing some trust method.
Yes, sir.
So, and you are also saying homomorphic filtering.
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate more on direct trust method? What is exactly that, and what is your contribution, or what is the novelty in that?
Okay, so actually the number of the trust mechanisms are there. The trust mechanism basically I have used here is the direct trust method, where because our aim is to reduce the delay, that the computation and the communication delay. So whenever we are putting a security mechanism in any of the application, our aim is to reduce the effort, is to reduce the communication, the computation overhead. So the trust method that is further able to provide the legitimacy to the devices which are involved during the communication, that first so they must be recognized whether they are trusted to participate in the communication process or not. One of the best way or the efficient way is a direct trust method, and like instead of providing any computational overhead, or instead of just adding some different levels of the security methods, the direct trust method is a way where you can where the communicating devices can be further analyzed based upon their previous communication behavior and their incentives, whether they are further able to provide the communication, whether they are further able to identified as a legitimate one or not. So they are not providing any extra communication overhead along with ensuring the legitimacy in order to further participate in the communication process. And the filtering, the homomorphic filtering aim is to just manage the number of the medical records inside this in the database. That is, instead of just processing the entire information at one instance, we are just dividing the data into the number of the chunks and then store or access according to their availability.
Okay, and then how it is useful for to take a accurate decision making process?
Okay, so accurate decision here direct comes, that is the number of the legitimate or the trusted devices are only involved during the communication process. So whatever the decisions are going to be provided by these trusted IoT devices are to be considered as, by default considered as, they will definitely provide the accurate decision whatever condition we are taking, whether they are presenting some medical history of the patient to the doctor, or whether they are providing any disease diagnosis to the patient. So the number of the devices that we are considering here are all the trusted devices, and whatever decisions and the output they are presenting to the doctor or as an output are to be considered as the accurate one.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I would like to call Bharat Patil for paper title Democratizing Legal Research, a RAG-based legal chatbot using Llama 2 and advanced information retrieval. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Good morning,
I
sir.
will just I will just start sharing my screen. Okay. So good morning, everyone. So the paper that we have written here is that democratizing the legal research, a drag-based legal chatbot using Llama 2 and advanced information retrieval. So yeah, I'm the author, with Patil, along with my other co-authors, Dr. Sachin Patil, Mr. Saket Patil, Mr. Digvijay Davar, and Mr. Prathamesh Sora. So the table of contents that I will be going through is introduction, objective, technology overview, system workflow, features, demo, results, and future work. So first thing that comes to mind, so what was the reason behind going to or just approaching this topic, or why? So the main issue that we have come up with, what we found out, the problem was that the legal information, whatever legal information that is available out there, it is not easy to understand for the general people who are not legal professionals, and also it is not easy to accessible. Even though they can access it, they don't understand it very much because the legal language is a different, it is a difficult way to understand. You need that kind of degree and that kind of expertise in that. So that was the key point. So why it matters that the legal jargon of the what is the traditional methods are that are little overwhelming to the general people, and also people need something quick and easy to understand this legal information in the short matters where they don't really need a lawyer or a legal professional, but they will still have to go to him because they don't have any, you can say it's kind of a first aid for the legal activities. So what we came up with a solution is a user-friendly chatbot with a simplified legal information retrieval that combines the AI and efficient search techniques, which it is a complete LangChain pipeline to make legal knowledge accessible to everyone. So the our title itself says democratizing. So democratizing means to make accessible to everyone. So what the objective was that to enhance speed and precision of the legal research that is being done, or to research in the sense I'm talking about, if someone is trying to find something in the legal field, in something related to some law or some article, we can say, so the democratize the legal knowledge to everyone, to make it accessible to more friendlier, in easier manner, in easier wording than what is being provided by the actual professionals, and provide accessibility for professionals as well as the public. Okay, so I will just go to the technology overview. So what we have used in this model here is Llama 27B chat HF model, which is by the Facebook, and which is the LLM model for chat related activities. And then we have used the LangChain, that is, it is a complete LangChain pipeline that I will explain in few minutes, and which is a custom question answer pipeline. So we have given the Llama specific custom prompt. Plus, we have used the retrieval augmented generation. So there were two options when we are going with a custom knowledge. We have to feed the chatbot a custom knowledge because the chatbot doesn't have proper contextual information related to legal. So we have two options: either go with fine tuning, or then we found RAG, that is retrieval augmented generation, which is an amazing technology. So I don't know how many of you know here, but retrieval augmented generation, what it does, I will just okay, it's in the next slide. So front end is obviously the basic web-based application we have made, and Flask we have used to connect the Python backend with the front end. Okay, so this is the RAG architecture, or we can say the RAG workflow. So what happens is when user enters a question, so what we have already done is that the knowledge base you can see in the bottom, the knowledge base is our custom data set, or we can say the data that we have to have done for easy to understand. We have taken the articles, and we for initially we only taken up article 30. Then we converted those articles into easy understanding and a proper data set, and that data set is converted into the embeddings. So with fires, then that embedding is stored into our vector database. When user enters a question, the question again gets converted into the embeddings, and um, the model matches the user question with the existing database it has, and it figure out which are the most relevant documents. So we have given the K2 here. So top two documents are being retrieved, and what Llama gets is it gets a question from the user as it is, and then it gets the context that is retrieved by the RAG. So RAG comes in picture where in the user question embeddings to retrieving the document. So retrieval is the main function of the RAG. So RAG gives the best of two documents that are related to the question, and then it feeds to the prompt to the model, and then model answers it in a more friendlier manner that is easier to understand. So so the most beautiful thing about RAG is that we have realized along the research that once we have built this all this is happening because we have built the LangChain QA pipeline, the question answer pipeline. So what we can do that the question answer pipeline is already set. So only thing, if you change, let me give an example. Let's say that you have a coaching institute and you want to generate a chatbot for the coaching institute. Then what you can do, you make 2 3 documents that have the information of your coaching institute and that you want the chatbot to know. And then you just replace the knowledge base that we have provided with your knowledge base or any knowledge base, and then just train the model once. Then you have your own chatbot based on that knowledge. This entire pipeline stays as it is. Only the last knowledge base changes, and you have your and custom prompt that will change. The two things that will change, and you have your own chatbot. So that is the beautiful thing about RAG. So the features is contextually accurate legal responses. So what happens with general chatbots is that they have information from all over the internet. It is they are not focused on a particular uh, area of, or domain. So they don't have that in-depth information, or also internet has a lot of false information that is also being fed to the chatbots. So they can hallucinate at times. They can give wrong information, which is not at all acceptable in legal situations. So that is there. Then custom document handling. Like I said, if you can provide your own documents, your own document that we ourselves took professional help to proofread, so we don't give any kind of misinformation, and even if the model doesn't have the information, it will answer in the sense because of the custom prompt and prompt engineering
Sorry to
that
interrupt,
is
sir,
behind it.
but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, no issue. And the modular architecture for real-time adaptability. Also, I will just so this is one small demo of how it works. You can see. Okay, so for the time, I will just skip ahead. Okay, so what are the results? So the chatbot simplifies the complex legal information, making it understandable and for everyday users. So what we have done is we have taken the voting system to identify how the results feel to the general people, because the project is for the general people. So the average response speed rating was 3.9, and user satisfaction rating was 4.5 based on the 113 test users that we have tested on. So the key achievements were accurate and contextual legal information response because there was no hallucinations, and the positive feedback of the chatbot was user-friendly interface. And the speed was a little bit varying because of the model is little too big. So these are the charts. These are also included in the paper. And the future work might include the database expansion, obviously, because we are stick with only 35 articles currently. Performance optimization, like posting this into a bigger and faster computing resources. Then features, we can add multilingual features and other features, and also user education is also important. So my I will just have to extend my heartfelt gratitude to ICTCS committee and giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my work. And your platform has been very helpful, and I deeply appreciate all the support and engagement. Thank you so much. I'm open to any questions.
Thank you, sir, for such wonderful words. Now I request session chair. Sir, do you have any questions?
I have some questions. Okay, so similar type of approaches are present in the market. So how you compare your approach with the existing? So how you compare?
So I think you are talking about ChatGPT or
Yeah,
Gemini, right?
yes, right.
Okay, so the main issue with ChatGPT or any AI model that is there, so first thing that I said also in the presentation was it is not focused on one domain, so that we can give it a more focused and deep approach. Second thing is what is wrong with the ChatGPT is it has the information. The last update was of ChatGPT was uh, September or July 2023. So it is not up to date with the data. So if you go with this, you can change the data. If you are focused on a single knowledge, you can update the data dynamically because the knowledge base is changing. You can change that. And the most important thing is what in ChatGPT has is the data all around from the internet, which also has misinformation because anyone can post anything on internet, and ChatGPT will also learn from that. So ChatGPT can cause hallucinations and will give misinformation and false information. What with the RAG, what is most beautiful thing is you won't get anything out of context. If you have provided it to your context, only that thing will be retrieved. No hallucinations will be made for the model.
Okay, and how you measure the performance of your system?
Okay, so currently, we went with the voting related system where we tested it on around 113 of the students, people around from our institute, and we went with the speed and the accuracy of the given this two chart ratings here. The satisfaction of the answer, like how good was the answer, and the speed rating of the overall what we can say interface.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now, would like to move towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Ratnakar Acharya for the paper title Enhanced Phishing Detection Using LSTM, CCN, and SVM Techniques. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, sir. My professor is busy with the university works, so I took the presentation today. So we are from Alliance University. My name is Chakrapani, and me with my colleague Sai Nitin, we are going to present the enhanced phishing detection using LSTM, CNN, and SVM techniques. So our agenda is the introduction part, how it came, how the phishing attacks are evolving, how the growth of threats in the present generation and the future, and what methodologies we have came approach to phishing detection and results and discussion part, conclusion, and the future work of this presentation. So the mainly we know the phishing attacks have been the most prevalent cyber threats, exploiting the human errors. So this mainly focusing on the manipulating the users into entering their fraudulent websites, they trick the users to click on those links, or by emergency or urgency part, they make them enter into the emails, and so that they will trick their personal information, credit card details, and what we say, the financial details, credentials. So the there is an exponential rise in the phishing attacks as shown by the data. We can see the statistics of as I mentioned, in 2019 there is a 7,79,200 phishing attacks have been observed, and compared to 2022 it rapidly increasing. So um, the main problem statement we took here is adopting a main phishing real time with high accuracy, and we have to address the limitations and traditional mechanisms. So how actually the phishing attack takes place? When the attacker sends the phishing mail to the target or a victim opens the phishing mail, and he clicks on the phishing link and visit the fake websites. So this is how the hacker collects the victim credentials, and he took the gains of these credentials and details, and he will indulge into the proxy account. So in this way, he takes the attack process by planning, crafting the message, sending the message to the victim, and attack execution and exploitation takes place. And data breaches or ransom kind of attacks may takes place by the easy social engineering attack. So what we have observed in from the other researchers are every researcher has took only the LSTM or CNN or only SVM models. There is no hybrid model up to now as we researched. So we came up with a new hybrid approach, that is combination of LSTM, CNN, and SVM models for detection of the email context and URL context. So why we use it actually LSTM? Because it can be essential for large sequential data patterns, so that URLs and headers and email tags, we have used approximately 58 attributes, and we used CNN for the visual data that analyzes the appearance of the phishing websites and automatically learns the patterns, and we used SVM for the email context detection, which is effective for the classification, which is that is phishing or legitimate, and helps in the frequency of special characters. So now my colleague Nitin will go with the methodology process.
Mhm. Yes, sir. Very good morning, sir. Here in methodology section, we took the data set from the University of California Ivory Machine Learning Respiratories. The data set consists of nearly 2,35,000 entries and 55 attributes. And the data set for SVM model, we used the Spamham data set from the Kaggle. It consists of 572 entities which did and 3 attributes. And coming to the model architecture, this is the LSTM CNN model architecture. The LSTM CNN model consists of input layer, which is used to pre-process the URL and embedded as in numerical sequences, which is passed to the model. And the LSTM layer is used for process the sequential data to capture temporary dependencies. It also used in defining the patterns in subdomains, domain names, and other sequential characters. And the CNN layers, conventional layers are used to filter highlight localized features, completing the LSTM layer. It detects the structural patterns. CNN layer detects the such structural patterns within the URL. Filtering and a fully connected dense output layer. A softmax function provides the scores for classification. And here comes to SVM model architecture. The input data, it uses the features like email content, subject lines, headers, and all those things for its input. It takes as input, and the classification goes on. It identifies the hyperlink to separate phishing emails from legitimate ones. It effectively in binary classification tasks and it ensures high precision and recall for phishing detection. And results, as we see that we got a confusion matrix of SVM model. Here is the and we got an accuracy of 98.93% in detecting phishing email content. This model is only designed to detect the email content whether it is legitimate or phishing. And where it comes to the LSTM CNN model, it is used to detect whether the URL present in that email is phishing or legitimate, and we got an accuracy nearly of 99.84%. In conclusion, this is a hybrid phishing detection. We achieved an accuracy of 96.93 and 99.80% in detecting both phishing email content and phishing URL content. It is a robust based as it achieves the architecture was adapted for real-time scenarios and effective approach. Combining LSTM, CNN, and SVM improves performance compared to the standalone models. Novelty of research. We used hybrid model innovation that combined with the strengths of multiple algorithms to effectively detect the phishing contents and email URLs. It also used for dual detection where it offers to detect URLs and also for content, and addressed gaps. Filled critical gaps in previous studies by focusing on both content-based analysis and URL-based analysis with higher precision. Scope for future work. In future work, we aim to enhance the models incorporating real-time data for better adaptability. We are planning to use some advanced deep learning techniques like transformers for phishing detection, and we want to extend the system to detect phishing attempts in social media platforms and other spaces. And also, we are thinking to work on this model to effectively detect the zero-day exploits. Acknowledgement. This research marks a significant step towards forward in combating phishing, thereby delivering a highly accurate and innovative solution. In advancement, the stage for broader application and inspire future enhancements in the field of cybersecurity. Thank you. Now I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, sir. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Okay, okay, sir. So you are here trying to combine LSTM, CNN, and SVM. So my first question is, why these three only? Why you are not selecting other approaches?
So, like LSTM, it mainly helps in capturing the large data sets. If any, instead of we already referred through some machine learning models, it took a little bit. The data set optimization is a little bit got errors, and it is not coming that much accuracy to that. So LSTM mainly helps in the sequential nature of URLs as we use it for the URL detection, and it helps in the memory capability so that it will be helpful for the large data sets and get the good accurate solutions.
Okay, but as compared as LSTM, another approaches is also present in the market like as BART, Electra. Some more approaches are there. So, what is the some beauty of this LSTM? So you are taking the LSTM as compared as related
Yes.
approaches.
Yes. So, when we are combining of those different kind of machine learning models, when we referred from LSTM to the other machine learning model, as I said, in like the process and the pattern recognition of achieving the accuracy is little bit less when compared to other machine learning models. So we too when we tested with the LSTM and we ingested the data set, so we got accuracy of 99.8. We felt so great, and so we continued with the LSTM process. And in future process, when we are extending this project, we'll try with the more machine learning models. That's it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I have one question regarding your results. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have achieved 98.93% accuracy in email content detection, as well as you have achieved 99.8% accuracy in URL based phishing detection, right? So my
Yes.
question is that what is the limitation of your research so that you have achieved these results and you have not achieved 100%?
Oh, yes, sir. The main limitations are because the growing threats in the cyber security. Actually, we took the 58 attributes. There are many attributes, many real-time attributes are there in the present growing threats. So, still up to what are the attributes we have given the TCPs or what the URL data set in the data set attributes. it got up to the accuracy accuracy, but might drop when the model encounters the real world or diverse or evolving any phishing attacks that may differ from the actual data set. So that limitations, precision and recall for the phishing detection might be lower compared to this when the evolving threats happen. So that may also false positives and false negatives may come, and new phishing adaptability techniques may come, may more
So do
contextual
you think that
understanding.
99.8 is possible?
Sir, sorry.
Do you think that 99.8% result is possible?
Yes, sir.
Because you have defined the limitations,
But
okay?
because
So I am observing that only 0.20 is the missing value compared to 100, and you have achieved 99.8, and you have defined the limitation due to the actual data. So do you
yes,
think
sir.
is it possible?
Yes, sir. Because it is all depends upon the data set mainly, the data collection. Researchers or think even they are researching about the part of collecting the good data sets, good real world examples, good real world data.
Okay, it's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to move towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call presenter T.A. Alka for the paper title From Education 3.0 to 4.0, a systematic literature review on the evolution and trends in edtech startup. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, all. Sir, is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Thank you. First of all, I thank the ICTCS 2024 team for giving this opportunity to present our paper from Education 3.0 to 4.0, a systematic literature review on the evolution and trends in edtech startup. Here we are exploring the dynamic education landscape due to the technological innovations. The industry 4.0 and 5.0 technologies transforming the education sector through different digital platforms. Here we are exploring the edtech startups. EdTech startup means the education technology startups. So they are mainly working in the form of SMEs and startups and enterprises. So why this edtech startup means they are during the initial stages of the entrepreneurship journey, and they are the most driving. They are mostly mostly for the technological advancements. So their focus is for technological advancement, and they are transforming the education through providing more innovative technologies. So the tech startups are coming into this education sector by giving more digital platforms. So the tech startups and technology mainly integrates the quality of delivery in the education sector. The teacher and student relationship is also changing a lot by comparing with the traditional education system. So here we are exploring the education 3.0 to 4.0. How what has the changes happened in the research on education technology startups by looking into these two different eras. And the existing mode of research is exploring the tech startups, but none of the studies are exploring about this transformations from 3.0 to 4.0. And the study is mainly comprehensively examining the education technology startups through comprehensive literature review. So it will be helpful for the future research. So here we set three research objectives to find. First one is to identify the technological developments in education 3.0 and 4.0. Here we are classifying the technologies which coming under from the education 2.0 to 4.0. And the next one is to identify the barriers which faced by the tech startup. And third one is to proposing the future research topics. So here we are applying the Prisma methodology for the comprehensive literature search through four main sub-steps, that is introduction, screening, eligibility, and inclusion. Here inclusion, we are searching the database, search in the databases corpus and dimensions. These are highly indexed database, and the Boolean operators and quality papers are available. That's why we limiting the search into these two databases based on the search keywords, and we searched the papers in these two databases, at tech startups and education technology enterprises. And here we are not limited to any search periods, because we are trying to map the full research landscape without much focusing on the search period, because here we are analyzing the papers which deals from education 2.0 to 4.0, but mostly we are mainly interested to know what is the technological development and education technology enterprises working in education 3.0 and 4.0. So first of all, we identified 33 papers. Then after the second stage, like screening, here we are apply the inclusions and exclusion criteria based on the language. We limiting to English, and document type like note, retracted, short survey, erratum, data papers, letters, editorial, etc. we excluded. And here we are not limited to any subject area, because this technology and entrepreneurship is coming in broad different areas. And the publication stage, here only we limiting the papers that published in final, and one duplicate paper is identified, because dimension is one of the software or a database which comprises all papers that is published in Web of Science corpus, etc. So there is a chance for duplication, so we identify one duplicate statement. And then eligibilities, the full text accessible papers are only included. So 51 papers we identified the third stage, and lastly we identified 37 documents which is related to the theme of the study. So this is the Prisma protocol framework, and this is the search string that we used in the scopus and dimensions based on the title, abstract, and keywords. So the results is mainly we identify that the technological transformations at education technology startups, and education 3.0 is mostly it's an advancement of web 2.0, and the social media blogs, wikis are coming into this education 3.0 era, and the social learning is more promoted in this era, and this provides opportunity for the self learning. So the Khan Academy, Coursera are the some of the examples that we can see in the education 3.0 era. And we can say that up to 2010, the education 2.0 era, and after that up to 2020, especially we can see that after the COVID-19 only the education 4.0 is starting due to the technological advancement, AI, ML, VR, AR, etc. The education 3.0 is starting from 2010 onwards, and the education 4.0 is starting from after COVID-19, especially we can say that 2019 and 2020 onwards. So here we are analyzing the papers. Here we are analyzing the papers based on the theory, diffusion of innovation theory and technology acceptance model, because we are mapping the landscape through over the period of time, like education 2.0 to 4.0. That's why these two technologies are significant here. And the tech startups which coming into the education 4.0 are Duolingo, All School, and Newton, etc. And this is the framework that we are proposing by literature review. So here we can see that the education 2.0 is mainly dealing with the technologies computer based learning, that is CBT, and learning management system, and multimedia portals. And the education 3.0 is mostly related to the mobile learning, e-learning platforms. And 4.0 we can say that the AI, AR, VR, IoT, big data coming to the picture. The impact and challenges and barriers of tech startups, that the major objectives of this study. So we can say that the major challenge is the market penetration, because tech startup is a more competitive world nowadays. There are a lot of tech startups are working in, and so the competition is very important, and this is the most important challenge that faced by the tech startup. And risk management is also essential, because investment and the competition strategies, all these things are changing. So when we in the case of startup also, they are just initial stages of their journey. So if they are investing more on this technology without proper risk management, that is one of the challenges that they faced. And the next one is the disparities, because education is dynamic in developing and developed countries. So while we can say that is a developed country like USA, so the education 4.0, all these are coming into the first, then only the developing economies are adopting this technology. So the payback period is also one of the challenge, that huge return is expecting for a long period of time, and it's all getting after a certain period of time. So the ongoing innovations and technological advancement is most important to sustain the competitive world. So next stage is the data security and data confidentiality and cyber security. And the rural areas also applying these the digital technologies, enterprises working in the rural sector, but we cannot say that they are most efficient in the tech startup, because there are low bandwidth issues, the customer confidence and customer awareness issues are all the so COVID-19 is during the lockdown time, the most of the tech startup are coming into picture, and we can see that the Byju's, one of the tech startups growth during the COVID-19. So comparing to the global scenario, India is coming to the third position after USA and China. The major advantages of this is learning experience, so the convenience and the skills that is offering by the tech startups to the students. And the next one is it's most important for the exam preparations and doing homework, that is the most important areas that the tech startups are providing services. And the personal assessment, computer based learning is also, assessment is also one of the most important services that they are offering. And the solution is mainly to the infrastructure and finance issues that they're facing. So these mechanism to solve these issues will be more helpful as a developing country like India to increase the tech startups and also attracting more startups working in the education technology. So the findings is mainly we identify the trends, what are the
Sorry
technology
to
that is
interrupt,
coming
ma'am,
under.
but you have
Yes, sir.
1 minute to conclude.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you. So we classify the technologies into 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0, and identify the COVID-19 impact that they are transforming. And then we identify the challenges like infrastructure, finance, market penetration, and high cost. So the recommended solutions are proper risk management and ongoing innovations and new developments like product features, functions, and recognizing and changing the business models based on education needs can be better to sustain. And the wider audience reaching to global participation, and reaching into the global environment is also one of the solutions that we can reduce by comprehensively covering the different needs of the educations in different economies. So strategic planning and strategies and project management skill, lean and agile practice is also important. So limitations here means the Prisma protocol here is a literature review study, so it's lacking the first-hand information. And here also we identified a future research topic based on Saival topic prominence percentile based on the momentum and the development of the topics. So here we can mainly focusing on how these tech startups are working in the STEM education, like science, technology, and entrepreneurship education area. So that is a most important future research topic that we are proposing. And also it can be applicable in the engineering learning and electronic learning platforms. And how the data and privacy is protecting in the education technology is also the next future research topic that we are proposing. So that's about the paper, and these are the references that we included in the literature review. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Okay, so I think it is all about some analysis and overall observation. What is the output finding?
Sir, actually, here it's a literature-based study, so it's mainly contribute to theoretical knowledge. We are contributing the existing body of knowledge to mapping the education 2.0 to 4.0 development and the technologies. And also, we are proposing future research topics. So, in more comprehensive understanding required areas. So, in future research, the scholars can be more focused on this research. And we are also providing the insights to the tech startup, what is the current trend and what are the technologies, and also informing to the policymakers to what are the challenges they faced and what are the support mechanisms that is necessary for the development of the tech startup.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Any further questions, sir? Okay. Now we are moving
Yeah.
towards the next presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, professors. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Harisida Kuresan for the paper title Identifying Brain Tumors from Magnetic Resonance Imaging (MRI) Data Using Deep Learning Algorithms. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible
Sir,
to
am I
us.
audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing members for giving me an opportunity to participate in this conference. So my title is Identifying Brain Tumor from Magnetic Resonance Imaging Data Using Deep Learning.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but you're not audible to us.
My screen visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Okay. So first, what is brain tumor? So brain tumor is a mass of abnormal cells that grows in the brain or skull, and they can develop in many parts of the brain. And there are more than 120 different types of brain tumors. For example, it can be malignant and so on. So our work aim to tackle the difficulty of precisely identified malignancies in the MRI images. So why we go for the deep learning technique? Because the manual detection is both laborious and susceptible, which could have an impact, and it is a delayed process, which could have an impact on the treatment of the patients. So we try to implement the deep learning techniques such as the standard CNN algorithm, and then the ResNet 50 and BGG 19. So these are my literature survey. Before going for the literature
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. You are not audible to
for
us.
India, so am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible to us now.
Yeah. So specifically speaking about India, so if we see 8 to 12 percentage of percent
Ma'am, your
childhood
screen is not
cancer.
visible.
Sir,
Ma'am, your screen is not visible. Kindly share the screen.
so when specifically speaking about India, 8 to 12% childhood cancers, which is much lower than 21% in West. And the incidence of tumor in India is around 5 to 10 cases per 1 lakh population occurs. So this is the motivation to go towards this topic. So the literature survey, the first paper, MRI-based brain tumor detection using convolution.
If there's a network issue, you can share the presentation with us over the chat. We can share it instead of you.
So now,
It's okay. Ma'am is facing some network issues. Till then, let's move towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Naga Vinod for the paper title Leveraging Predictive Analytics for Fertilizer Application and Crop Yield Optimization. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My professor are busy in university, so I'm going to take presentation.
No problem, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm JV Madhulika Vaneshwari, a final year student at Weltech University pursuing degree in Electronic and Communication Engineering. Today, I'm excited to present my paper titled Leverage Predictive Analysis for Fertilizer Application and Crop Yield Optimization. This is my content. Abstract introduction, literature survey, and proposed methodology, algorithm model, design, implementation and description, result and discussion, output and conclusion references. This is our abstract aim. The aim is crop yield prediction and optimal fertilizers management are pivotal aspects of modern agriculture practices influencing productivity, sustainability, and resource utilization. The goal of this research is to provide farmers with data-driven insights to enhance productivity and reduce resource wastage. In this presentation, I will discuss the methodology, key finding, and the potential real-world application of this study. The objectives. The study explores the application of machine learning techniques, specifically the random forest algorithm, to predict crop yield and optimize fertilizer uses in diverse agriculture settings. We have to use the algorithm is random forest algorithm, known for its versatility and robustness, is employed to analyze extensive data sets comparing agronic variables such as soil properties, crop types, and historical yield records. And the result is the harming collective intelligence of an ensemble of decision trees for random forest context predictive models capable of accurately forecasting crop yield and recommending optimal fertilizer application rates. The introduction is agriculture plays a crucial role in sustaining the global population and optimizing crop yield while maintaining soil health is more important than ever. This paper focuses on leverages advanced techniques such as machine learning, data analytics to predict crop yield accurately and recommended suitable fertilizer based on soil condition, weather pattern, and crop requirements. Crop yield prediction, fertilizer optimization are critical aspects of more modern agriculture. To meet this demand sustainability, optimizing agriculture practices is imperative. This is a literature survey. The titles are Optimizing Crop Yield, Machine Learning Approaches on Journal Agriculture Science, Advancement in Fertilizer Prediction Model and Proceeding of IEEE ML in Agriculture, Data Augmentation for Improved Predictions and Journal Precision Agriculture. This is based on this, we have to improve our paper. This is our methodology. We have to take one data set, that is crop yield, crop production data, pesticides data, climate data. After that, we have to pre-process the data set and the data analyze the data. And the next process is feature engineering. That is encoding categorical variables, normalization, log transforming target, randomly picking 70% of the data as training and set and 30% as testing set. Training phases, we have to use random forest algorithm, GBM algorithm, and SVM algorithm. Testing and evaluation phases, testing models, picking the best model based on the performance matrices. After that, decision system based on the new crop yield data. After the decision system estimating crop yield, this is the use case diagram. This is the web application. Web application used in user. This is the system. In web application, user run web application, enter the values, click predict crop or fertilizer, display result. This is activity diagram. Open application. After the next step is access location, choose model, like get crop area and soil and inputs, get soil and area as inputs, API call for rainfall prediction, success. This is the activity diagram. we have based on this, we have to get output result and algorithm. Algorithm steps are random forest algorithm. We have to use random forest algorithm. The steps are bootstrap sampling and random feature selection, decision tree construction, out of bag evaluation, final prediction. This is our data set, sample code. We have to use the both data set and sample code. Design and implementation. The first step is data collection and preparation. In this, collect historical data on crop yield, weather conditions, soil properties, fertilizer uses, and other relevant factors. Clean the data by removing any irrelevant or redundant features, handling missing values, and pre-processing the data for use in training the machine learning model. Split the data set into training and testing set before I said, ensuring that the sets are representative of the oral data. And the next step is model development. Train a random forest recursion model using the prepared data set and evaluate the models accurately using the appropriate metrics such as mean squared error, mean absolute error, or R squared. And the third step is model integration. And the fourth step is implementation. In implementation, implement the backend logic to process user inputs, make predictions using the trained random forest model, and display the result on the website. Test the web application to ensure that it is functioning correctly, and the random forest model is making accurately predictions, and display the web application to a production and environment, ensuring that it's scalable, secure, and accessible to users. And the result is the implement of the proposed system for crop yield and fertilizers. Predicting UD machine learning has yielded sustainable result and demonstrated remarkable efficiency in agriculture practices. Crop yield prediction as estimate of the expected yield for a specific crop based on factors such as soil type, weather condition, and previous data. Fertilizer recommendations, suggestions for the type and quantity of fertilizer required to achieve optimal growth, tailored to the soil nutrient profile and crop requirements. Visual insights, graphs, charts, dashboards displaying trends in crop yield, fertilizer uses, and environment conditions for better understanding. This is our accuracy table. We got SVM accuracy and logistic regression, RF accuracy, XG boost accuracy. The sample outputs is we got SVM accuracy 0.10, logistic regression 0.95, and RF 0.9, and XG boost is 0.999. This is our confusion matrix. Based on this, we got accuracy on all these XG boost and SVM, logistic regression, and RF. And the conclusion is the study demonstrated the potential of data-driven techniques to revolutionize agriculture by accurately predicting crop yield and recommending optimized fertilizer uses. By empowering farmers with actionable insights, we can enhance productivity, reduce resource wastage, and promote sustainable farming practices. I hope this work inspire further innovation in agriculture technology. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your question and feedback. This is
Thank
our references.
Thank you, ma'am. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah. So how you compare your result with the existing approaches?
Sir, can you repeat the question, sir?
Okay, so you use random forest support vector machine and you produce some accuracy. So how you compare
sir.
your accuracy with the existing approaches? Already some researcher did some experiment on this same topic. So how you compare your result with existing?
Actually, we have to take some algorithm like logistic regression, SVM, XGBoost, and random forest were used to predict crop yield and recommend fertilizers due to their strength in handling complex like nonlinear data. Logistic regression provides a simpler baseline, while SVM excels in managing smaller data sets with nonlinear relationships. XGBoost and random forest offer high accuracy and robustness also, and features importance insights, making them ideal for agriculture data analysis. Focusing on accuracy ensure reliable predictions and empowering farmers.
Okay.
That's it,
And
sir.
what is your novelty to use SVM or random forest? So what is your contribution in that algorithm? So you are producing the good result.
Uh, what, sir? I couldn't understand your
No,
question, sir.
your contribution, because these are the existing models already available, right? So you
Yes,
are just
sir.
using that model, or you are trying to modify something or
Yes,
customization.
sir. Yes, sir. In visual insights, graphs, charts, and dashboards displaying trends in crop yield, fertilizer uses, and environmental condition is better understanding. Like that, sir.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
have question.
Okay, sir.
You have defined few attributes for forecasting of fertilizer, right? So I would like to know about soil properties and weather conditions. In soil properties and weather conditions, which attributes you have defined?
Based on temperature, humidity, um, the based on humidity and temperature suggests the crop type, what is fertilizer we have to use, like that, sir.
Okay, it means you have to include soil type, then moisture, humidity, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next question regarding this, how you have collected those data?
Sir.
How you have collected those data related to soil properties and weather conditions for the testing purpose?
Um, some sensors, sir. Mobiles are there, IoT devices are there. We have to use some sensors.
Okay, so what was your sample size?
What samples, sir? So, which one?
For data, means you have to select some samples and you can implement your research on the entire population. Okay, so what is the sample size for your data?
The sample size, actually 1 acre, or you 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 asking like for field related, sir.
Yes.
1 acre or half acre.
Total, how many data set you have used?
One data set, sir. That is.
Okay, it's
It's.
fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Rishikesh Rajendra Nikam for the paper title Machine Learning Driven Attack Detection for Fog Computing Environments. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible to us.
Yes, I'm audible. Thank you. I'm Rushikesh Nikam, along with Dr. Dilip Motwani. We will explore the advanced security solutions in fog computing for healthcare. So for that, this is the one of the my objective for my research, that is the machine learning driven attack detection in fog computing environments. So these are the contents in my presentation, that the introduction, that our research aims to fortify the fog computing framework within the healthcare systems by integrating machine learning to detect and prevent the cyber threats effectively. So basically, what is the fog framework? That fog computing represents an extension of your cloud computing, which is basically distributed computing, we can say, that brings processing closer to source of data generation and crucial for applications like, you can say, that real-time health monitoring, that we can fetch that data in real time, which is also offers the data privacy also, okay, and sensitive data in health data. So when we are moving forward, that we will see the in healthcare there are so many data is there. Okay, so for that, with the increasing reliance on fog computing in healthcare, securing sensitive data against your potential cyber threats that become paramount, which analyzing the patterns anomalies in network traffics as well as in the machine learning algorithms can detect that potential threats and unusual activities. So there are common security issues in fog computing, that is the data integrity, authentication, and authorization, where with the increasing data integrity, when the data is changing, it is transferring from one end devices to other to the process that data, it will can change that data integrity to secure that we are using something. Okay, that's some algorithms that we will see this later. Also, it will check the authentication that the data is provided is right or wrong, or by whom it is sending. That is the authentication it is done, and the authorization. These are the common security issues in fog computing. So these are the attack detection methods are available. Okay, said that we have implemented or we are I tried these all algorithms in on my data set. That is which first one is that KNN, which is effective for its simplicity in classifying based on that closed data points, where the decision tree useful for making decisions from a large set of attributes, easy to interpret, where LSTM, that is long short term memory LSTM, best for handling sequences, ideal for time dependent data. Then that is DCNN, deep convolution neural network, is excellent at extracting features from vast data sets and particularly images and videos that I'm getting from my literature survey. And then there is the another one is the Harris Hawk optimization deep CNN, which is enhances DCNN models by optimizing their parameters for better attack detection. Then next one is the coyote optimization deep CNN, that is focuses on optimizing DCNN parameters that adapt to new and evolving threats effectively. And the last one is the hybrid coyote optimization deep CNN, which is combines the various optimization techniques to significantly boost the accuracy and efficiency of DCNNs in complex environments. So what is my contribution in this research? So this is the aim that enhance network security in fog computing for healthcare using the machine learning and simulation. So I use the two simulators, that is YFS and LEAP, for the fog computing. Okay, and the environment it is created for the healthcare. I use the data set of 10,000 data set. My data set size is 10,000, where the all the parameters which is like getting from the end devices in real time. That is that data. Okay, then the research design is evaluating how machine learning models are attacking that detections. Okay, that my work focuses on the development and implementation of HCO DCNN model, which integrates multiple optimization strategies to enhance the capability of convolutional DCNNs and identifying security threats. Okay, so what are I receiving the results? Machine learning model performance. So on the basis of three parameters, that is specificity, sensitivity, and accuracy, I trained all these models, and that training percentage wise the 40 to 100%. I trained that all models, and I'm getting these results where the specificity is mentioning that essential to avoid false alarms and ensuring that legitimate and all. Okay, sensitivity is crucial for early detection of real threats, which will find out. Okay, so the implementation of these models shows high success rate in detecting mitigating attacks and evidenced by improved accuracy and sensitivity metrics across our tests, where the HCO DCNN you can see is the getting better results. In model summary, I like to continue that our model demonstrate not only high accuracy but also high specificity, ensuring that normal operations are not disrupted by false positives, which is crucial in healthcare settings. So each model offers unique benefits like HCOD CNN excels in complex scenarios. Okay, LSTM also handles the time series data, but the HCOD CNN is provide the fast, reliable results and less complex conditions. So these are the epochs I run for X. Once I received that the HCOD CNN is better, so I run the epochs for that HCOD CNN. I tried up to 500 epochs, and on same parameters, that is sensitivity and specificity and accuracy, I get that the HCOD CNNs is the detect and categorize the network attacks in real time and providing the robust solution for maintaining network integrity. So these are my references for my research. Thank you. Yes, any questions, sir?
Thank you, sir. Now I request session chairs. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah. So can you elaborate more on your contribution? One slide is related your contribution. Can you elaborate more?
Yes, sir. Basically, HCO DCNN is conducting that all the combine that optimizing with deep convolution neural network, which is pivotal part of my research. This will be particularly relevant to discussing that we can say providing specifically designed to tackle the complexity and the variability of cyber threats in fog computing environments. And why this HCO DCNN? I will tell you that. Traditional DCNNs are powerful in feature extraction and pattern recognition, but they can struggle with overfitting and generalization when faced with the new and unseen attack vectors. So to address these challenges, I have integrated that hybrid optimization technique. So this is my contribution.
Okay, and how you compare your result with the existing, and how you are saying your result is better than existing?
Sir, I tried all the algorithms with the same data set, and with that, I am getting these results.
Okay, but some existing work is already there on the same data sets. So what is your accuracy and what is your accuracy? Highest
Uh,
accuracy?
Highest accuracy, sir, 99.5 accuracy, and specificity is
99.
90.
So
Yes, and specificity is, sir, approx 93.5.
okay, so normally when we are saying the almost 100% accuracy, so it is related to the overfitting. So how you handle the overfitting?
Sir, with the only one parameter, it is 99.5, but with the other one, it is the around 90, sir.
Okay then. Okay, ठीक. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions, sir? Okay. Now we are moving towards the next presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. For the next presentation, I would like to call Lita Panse for the paper title Multi-Plant Disease Prediction using Radial Convolution-Based FractNet with Resolution Approximated UAV Images. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. You're audible to
Uh,
us.
Sir, I'm happy to join this ninth international conference on information and communication technology for competitive strategies. My paper ID is ICTCS 291. Title is Multi-Plant Disease Prediction using Radial Convolution-Based Fractal with the Resolution Approximated Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Images. My name is Lita Pansy, Research Scholar, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRM IST, Katangulattur, Chennai. My co-author is Dr. M. Murali, Professor, Department of Computing Technologies, SRM IST, Katangulattur, Chennai. In my agenda, abstract, introduction, problem statement, related work, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion. In abstract, my research work proposes a multi-plant disease prediction framework. First of all, primarily in the leaf, we need to find out the target region. But I have used the Jeffers-Matsushita based linear, simple linear iterative clustering segmentation. Through the I have captured the images through the using unmanned aerial vehicles using drones. After find out the target region, next the dead pixels replacement and noise removal are used by using the stochastic gradient based bicubic interpolation techniques. Finally, to find out the resolution, spectral images are unmixed with the chlorophyll content based indexes are estimated. Using this for the prediction, I can use the radial convolution based FractNet. The indexes are combined with the features to predict the diseases, that is the diseased and unhealthy lives are classified. In the introduction, disease management and control measures are properly for reducing the production losses as well as sustain crops sustainability. The changes in the chlorophyll content in the plant leaves are find out easily. Hence, in the leaf disease prediction, a major role is played by the chlorophyll content analysis. Currently, unmanned aerial vehicle spectrometer and the fluorescent analysis are the key technique to determine the chlorophyll content. Using the hyperspectral images and non-destructive techniques for the clock disease and early plant disease are find out. Problem statement. In the existing system, there are so many limitations. They can find out the disease in a single plant leaves. They use the hyperspectral images, but they are complex in shapes and colors. So several methods are improperly done in the existing systems. Related works. Duking Jing, he and the author, in he shows his objectives, suggested a technique for monitoring beet stripe rest using the sun-induced chlorophyll content fluorescence. He used the methodology SAF and NDVA. And another author, Ashwini, uh, in his objectives, the prediction and classification of corn disease were precise. He used the methodology employed Ebola optimization search and also the convolution neural network for corn leaf disease prediction. Comparing to this, in a proposed methodology, the work proposes a radial fractal net based multi-plant disease prediction. First, I have collected the leaves using the UAV image, that is unmanned aerial vehicle through drone. Next, after find out the target image regions are identified using the Jeffers Matsushita based simple linear iterative clustering. After that, after identifying the region identification, next pre-processing take place. In the pre-processing, the pixels are replaced by using the Gaussian noise removal method, using the Vernet filter. After that, resolution approximation. In the resolution approximation, stochastic bicubic interpolation is done. After that, extracting features. In extracting features, airspace, texture, sequential, maximum angle, convex, cone features are extracted to predict the disease. After extracting the features, I have used the radial convolution fractal net. In this radial convolution fractal net, it is used in RC is used in FNet. So radial convolution, it produces the output disease classification where the input is passed through multiple fractal blocks. Through this, I can find out the multiple disease in the multiple plants. So first I'm collecting the input data, primarily the input images of tomato, corn, soya beans, mango crops are taken by the UAV vehicles. Then target region identification. The leaf images are segmented separately by using the Jeffers-Matsuda based simple linear iterative clustering method. So after that, so pre-processing technique is used. So uh, in this pre-processing technique, I have used the Gaussian noise removal, where the using the winner filter, where the dead pixels are removed. In this, in the dead pixel removal, it is the missing or zero pixel value in the UAV images, where when a spectrum of the images contain 25% of zero pixel, it is considered as dead pixel, and by calculating the median values corresponding to neighboring pixels such as pixels are replaced. In the resolution approximation, it is enhanced with the stochastic gradient based bicubic interpolation after pre-processing. After the noise removal, as Jefferson-Matsuda based simple linear iterative clustering creates low resolution image, this process is performed. Bicubic interpolation is selected due to its magnification and sharpening the efficiency. The edges could not be interpolated accurately with the neighboring pixel calculation. Such the stochastic gradient is included
Sorry to
with the.
interrupt, ma'am, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, sir. So in this, after disease prediction, resolution convolution FNet for single and leaf disease prediction using the fractal net. So set description using the UAV images. I have collected the data set from plant village data set. So 80% is for training and 20% for testing. Conclusion, RCFNet based multi-leaf disease prediction using UAV hyperspectral image is proposed. And then for segmentation, Jefferson-Matsuda based simple linear iterative clustering is used. Then in the proposed approaches, RCF RCFNet achieved a higher recognition rate of 98.79. The RCNet attained higher specification, recall, precision, and F features other than technique. In multiple and single leaf detection, the better results are due to the resolution approximation in the identified target region. Hence, for multiple disease prediction in plant crops, the RCF net is more suitable. In future studies, IoT edges can be introduced for the storage and retrieval of disease information along with the proposed model in the future. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I request session zero, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes, I have one question. Regarding
sir.
to remove the noise from the images, you have used a Gaussian noise removal method, right?
Yes, sir.
So, is it
Uh,
effective method or is it any alternative method?
Yes, sir. Using Gaussian mixture, the dead pixel, first of all, we need to remove the dead pixels. After that, winner segmentation is used for that. we can easily remove that dead after the dead pixels. We can easily remove the we can identify the images clearly by using the Gaussian mixture removal using the winner segmentations.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I would like to call Prafulla Bafna for the paper title Predicting Customer Satisfaction Parameters Using eCRM. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yeah, so first of all, good morning all. eCRM topic we have chosen because it is actually related to the all the recommendation systems and all the
Ma'am, your
e-business
screen is not
tasks.
visible to us.
Okay,
Kindly share
okay,
your screen.
okay. Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it's
Now it
now
is
visible,
visible to
right?
us.
Yeah. So eCRM talks about the customer relationship management, not just based on customer relationships, but otherwise based on the e-business, that is all the business related tasks. So next part of the presentation will be continued by my co-author, Mr. Krishna Bobde.
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible to us.
Communication, ma'am. So let's start. Right. Yeah. So I'll give a little bit of the introduction about the topic. So we have chosen predicting customer satisfaction using parameters using eCRM. So in order to understand eCRM, let me first elaborate on what eCRM is. So in short, eCRM is the use of e-business applications in order to integrate with CRM softwares, which helps in defining customer relationships and operations that go on. So we have determined some customer satisfaction parameters, which include customer support and service, customer retention and loyalty, the focus on the target audience, and personalized customer experience. We have also elaborated on the factor of customer loyalty online versus offline, which means the how customer loyalty differs, like what all parameters differ while considering the online customers of a company as well as the offline customers who have face-to-face interaction. We have also shown our predictions and our evaluations for the same. So a little bit about this CRM prediction. We have used two models. One is support vector machine, also known as SVM, and KNN, which is K nearest neighbor. So this helped us, and so the first question in your mind might be like, why have we used these? So first of all, SVM, it excels at handling high dimensional data, which is in our case a high dimensional data set. It is suitable for processing diverse eCRM parameters, which helped us gain a lot of insights on customer feedback. It also works both with predicting churn likelihood as well as segmenting customers on the basis of their satisfaction levels. KNN, on the other hand, as it predicts the nearest values, it is useful in situations in order to understand the relationship between the parameters, as it also helps in predicting customer satisfaction scores on the basis of demographic and behavioral similarities. Moving ahead, here is what we have done. So, as we mentioned, the first step what we did was collect a data set on the basis of CRM parameters. Then we implemented the classifiers such as KNN and SVM, and we predicted the customer satisfaction using these two models. Then we evaluated the performance of these models using metrics such as recall and F1 score, and we continued performing analysis on these classifiers. So, sir, these are the features or the parameters which we've used. Their customer data management, sales and marketing automation, analytics, streamlining sales processes, data engineering, personalized customer experience, customer support and loyalty, customer service and support, customer retention and loyalty, and target audience focus. So, sir, this is the classification part which we use for support, which we got from support vector machine. And this is what we got. This is the silhouette plot which we got by plotting KNN. So these are the table which we got from plotting these ECRM parameters. And this is what the comparative analysis or the accuracy measures which we got by comparing these two models. So we had a total of 1020 models, 1020 records in total. And this is what we got in total. This is what we got by comparing the two models with each other. So I would like to conclude by saying that this the integration of these e-business applications may be integrated with CRM softwares. These aim to enhance the relationship between customers and operational efficiency regarding customer behavior and market trends. And this also helps in optimizing sales and marketing strategies for ECRM companies using CRM practices. In this way, the pandemic accelerated CRM technologies will help in developing operational efficiency and customer satisfaction, and also analysis customer data in order to improve online service quality and visibility. With this, we are open for questions.
Thank you, sir. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Rashmi for the paper title, The Role of ICT in the Empowerment of Women, Catalyst for Socio-Economic Development. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. I think so. Presenter is facing some network issue. So we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Harisudha Kuresan for the paper title Identifying Brain Tumor for Magnetic Reasoning Imaging MRI Data Using Deep Learning Algorithms. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. I think so. Presenters are facing some network issue. It's okay. Let's move toward the closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I also hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 9th version and all the previous 8th version of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the paper have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2024. I also extend my gratitude towards our session chair, Dr. Professor Vinod Ray Thumar, for chairing the session. Sir, this is the token of appreciation from GR Foundation and partners for chairing the session. I request the session chair, sir, to kindly address the participants. I request sir to kindly address the participants.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request
would like
everyone to
to,
kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot of the conference. I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot of the conference. Thank you everyone for joining us. Stay safe, stay connected. We'll meet you in the 10th version in 2025.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable presence. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
So Karthik sir, you have winded up the sessions.
Yes, ma'am.
You have winded up the sessions.
Yes, ma'am. You can join our next session. We can schedule your presentation in the next session at last.
So next session means what time it will come, sir?
Just a second.
Sir, can you put me by evening session?
Ma'am, we have
Or
to
any
check.
other
Actually,
session?
ma'am, we request you to kindly mail at the kindly mail the conference. They will be guiding you for the same.
Okay, sir. Actually, my network was an issue. I started and then I left it in half. My name is
No problem.
Harisudha.
Yes, ma'am. Kindly mail the conference at their mail ID. They will be guiding you with the further process.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, Karthik.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.